Hey guys, I'm Billy with yournewdoor.com, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about door components and different parts on the door. Some things that you may think are general knowledge, and some things aren't, right? Like, obviously everyone knows this is a door, right? But did you know the normal thickness for the exterior doors on your home is 1 3/4 inches thick? A lot of people don't know that. Did you also know that the edge of the door to the center of the lock hole is 2 1/8 inches? A lot of people don't know that, and that's important when you're ordering hardware. Another common thing, some people call this a door jamb, some people call it a door frame. There's a lot of different things that people call this. We call them jambs. That's with a B, J-A-M-B-S, door jamb. The jambs that we happen to use here are full composite. Most of you who are watching this right now have a house that was built via mass production, and the builders use the cheap wood primed pine frames. The problem with those is they're fine structurally generally, but if they get wet at all, they tend to rot, and they rot really fast. What you'll see a lot of times is they'll rot down at the bottom for the first 3 or 4 inches, and then it stops. Well, the problem is once they get started, it lets in a lot of water, lets in a lot of bugs, and it will ultimately ruin your floors. It can even ruin your health if you start to get in a lot of water. It creates mold in the walls. So if you see that, you definitely need to reach out to someone to get that fixed. Another cool thing that we do here is we use brick mold. This is the exterior molding that goes around the door frame, generally up against the brick if you have a masonry home. This material that we use here for our brick mold, most of the time the builders use what is the same thing as the frames, the primed pine material. It's generally finger jointed, and it's generally a very low quality. And what happens is it does the same thing. When it gets wet, it'll rot out that first 4 inches at the bottom. So we only use full composite brick mold, full composite frames, and full composite thresholds along with aluminum here for our doors. This is the threshold. This is the piece that goes on the bottom. Many of you have this. These are all modular. They have all modular components. It's got the aluminum cap. This what we call the walnut cap. This is a engineered composite material. It's made to look like wood. And then it's got this composite bottom support. Most track builders are using a threshold that's wood here. And what happens is it gets wet and it rots out and totally destroys any structural integrity of the threshold moving forward. These little wood caps on the ones in your home, a lot of times the screws will strip out and you can't adjust them when your house settles, or they'll rot out and cause water to get in. So going to the composite with the hidden screws is a preferred way to go. A couple more components of your door that you may not know the name of. We call this several different things. We call it a rubber door bottom, a rubber door sweep. Some people call it a bottom door seal. All those things are correct. The correct way to attach one of these is to take the door down off the frame and then to staple the door bottom to the bottom of the door. That's the proper way. Sometimes you'll have a handyman that'll go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get one that slips over the bottom of your door that you can do without taking the door off. But what happens is when they slip those over on the outside of the door, when water hits the face of the door, it runs in and it gets trapped inside that U-shaped door sweep, and it rots the bottom of your door out, or it runs in. We had a call for that today. The last component I want to talk about is the weather strip. The weather strip is something you can run down and buy at Home Depot. The problem with running down and buying it at Home Depot is it only comes in 7-foot links at Home Depot. Most of the Home Depots don't have 8-foot links, and a lot of you guys watching this have 8-foot tall doors. So what happens is your handyman runs down and gets 2 pieces, he cuts one and cuts another and splices it in. So you got this little goofy looking cut right here. That looks like crap. You don't want that in your house. We use only the best Q-Lon weather stripping. The stuff that they sell at the box stores is a very inferior quality. It's gonna cost you about $15 a piece at the box stores. We sell it all day for $7 a piece. So it's pretty easy to put in, pretty easy to take out, but it just snaps into place into most door frames. Now, something that I'll say, some of you may have a door frame that has metal weather stripping right here. That's kind of an anomaly. It generally is in higher end homes that were built before 1994 or so, and generally doors that are wood doors already. And the problem is you can't really retrofit this type of weather stripping to that type of door frame, because on a door frame that's made for the compression steel, it has a pocket to allow for the thickness of the weather strip. It's about 3/8 of an inch. The doors that have the copper weather stripping, the pocket for the door is the exact thickness of the door, so it doesn't have room for this weather strip to fit in there. Plus, it doesn't have the groove for it to fit in either. So generally, what we'll recommend in those cases is that we take your door, take it off, set it aside, build a new frame to fit your door with the proper the jamb frame and the proper weather stripping, build it in your home to fit your existing door, and then reinstall the new jamb, the new frame, and the door. So earlier I talked just a little bit about why you don't want the primed pine jambs on your exterior doors, especially in areas that get sun or get wet. Now I want to talk a little bit about the benefits of using full composite components. They'll never rot, they'll never rust, they really won't chip, ding, or scratch. Bugs won't eat it, it won't burn, and it'll last forever. You never have to worry about it again. When you're getting an estimate for a door and you get an estimate from us and it seems a little bit higher than an estimate you get from a handyman, the problem with getting an estimate from a handyman is generally they're going to go to the box store and get a price for the door, or they're going to go to one of the surplus places. Neither of the doors that they sell at those places will solve the problem of your door frame rotting. It'll look fine, it'll work fine, but it's going to rot out in less than 18 months. So you're really only putting a band-aid on the problem. This is the solution. This will take care of it forever. It's a one and done. If you're curious about knowing more about door components, or if you're having a problem with your doors now, they won't open, they won't close right, they're rotted, they're letting in water, you're curious about the composite materials, please reach out to us at yournewdoor.com. You can go to one of the pages, fill out the form. You can text us straight from our website, or you can give us a call. You can talk to one of our friendly customer service representatives who will get you set up with a consultation call, a free 15-minute call with one of our door experts. They'll get you all the information you need. They'll send you pictures, they'll send you data, they'll send you anything that you'd like to know about these doors and why they are the best.